Good evening and welcome to another episode of Experience Bar, where we're turning video games into cocktails. My name is Jack and I'll be your bartender this evening as I show you how to make an Astartes tested, Emperor approved version of the Melta Bomb from Warhammer 40k. Let's get started. So, if you are a fan of fancy cocktails served in martini glasses and fancy glassware, sorry, this one's probably not going to be for you, because we are in fact making a Melta Bomb as a bomb shot. For this one, you're going to need a Collins glass filled about to the third to halfway point with just plain old fizzy lemonade. You are also going to need a shot glass. Into these, we are going to add wild turkey and Cointreau. 1 ounce of the first, half an ounce of the second. Into the shot glass, you are going to add 1 ounce of sweet red vermouth and half an ounce of Campari. There we go. Now, like all bomb shots, you guys get this. You guys have been at university or you guys have been drinking at student bars. You know, you just kind of drop it in there. But we're fancy here, right? So we're going to add a trigger system. To do this, you're going to need kind of a textured shot glass, which has a lip on it like this, and a thin Collins glass. You're just going to set it up so your lemon wheel is holding it at its most precarious point, like that. And there you have it. That is the Melta Bomb, but it wouldn't be a bomb shot without a little bit of theater, right? It's kind of the whole point of these. So I kind of like what I'm wearing right now, so I'm just going to move this a little bit over here, step out of the way. When you're ready, you just pull the trigger and there you have it. The Melta Bomb. Fizzy fizzy, all gets mixed together, fun stuff, and like all bomb shots, it's designed to be drank in one go. So, cheers. Okay, Warhammer, right? Warhammer 40k has 3 different kinds of people who enjoy it. There are the collectors, the people who collect and paint the models. There are the people who play the actual war game. You kind of got to be a collector to be one of the gamers. And there are the people who like the tertiary content, stuff like the video games and the books and the comics and the YouTube series and all that kind of lore stuff. Personally, I started off as a collector, and it hurts me now thinking back to how much money that I spent on that hobby back then, even when I was quite young, but it was still definitely worth it because it gave me an opportunity to have a shared interest with my brother. At that age, we both like video games and we both like Warhammer, so that was the thing that we connected over. So every time I walk past a hobby shop, I get this nice warm feeling remembering my brother. That makes it sound like he's dead. Every time I walk past a hobby shop, it gives me a nice warm feeling here, thinking about the times that I got to spend with my brother when I was younger. As I was older, that still sounds like he's dead. As I got older, I had to start spending money on things like rent and taxes, so I couldn't pour all of my income directly into Games Workshop's pockets. So I switched over to that third type, the lore lovers. You know, I still play the video games. Dawn of War is great, Space Marine, the Mechanicum game, and I like to watch the YouTube series Astartes. If you haven't seen it already, it's pretty primo. But no matter how you enjoy Warhammer, there's always this one overarching theme. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Everybody points to things like the daemonculaba or the exterminatus as examples of grimdark, but I prefer things like the Melta Bomb, common battlefield items that are horrifying by today's standards. So if you look at the item description of a Melta Bomb, it is awful. It's designed to go up against vehicles, but they go out of their way to describe what happens when you put it against people. That fusion reaction explosion ends up killing everyone and turning them into a puddle of ash. The version that we've made today won't do that, thankfully, although if you drink too many of them, it definitely will end up with you in a puddle of some description. Instead, you'll end up with a drink that is very potent, but it's still quite enjoyable. If you are more of a fan of the fancy cocktails, you can instead take all of the measurements that I used today, mix them together, don't shake, mix them together with some ice, and strain them up in a martini glass, and don't bother with the lemonade. It's still a good sipper with that. But yeah, that's it. That's the Melta Bomb from Warhammer 40k. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself as much as I have. If you like what you've seen here today, give us a like and subscribe. Comment down below for any suggestions, the drinks that you'd like to see, or head over to our Patreon for some additional exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else. We're creating new content every 2 weeks, so keep an eye out for us in your notifications. But until then, cheers.